The story of my GTI and how this moment alone helped me trust the universe and know that it is a abundant one. So, to set the scene a little bit, I had a 2003 GTI that had a AWP motor. I don't know if you're Volkswagen fans or not, but that is basically a completely forged internal motor. So from the pistons to the bearings to everything is forged, right? So I used to run this thing 30 pounds of boost when I was racing it. It was front wheel drive. It had 14-inch wide tires on the front. And so at this point in my life, I was living on the road, and then me and my ex split up, so I came back to Wyoming, got my GTI. Whole story there for another time. But this one, me and my buddy Waylon, we used to DoorDash a lot when we were living in Arizona out of our vehicles. So we would, we'd be DoorDashing together or whatever, and this time we had an order in the car. Didn't think anything of it, and we're just driving, and all of a sudden my tire goes off the bead, it just like pops off the bead, and I get out and I realize, fuck, I don't have my lug nut wrench, because I have special lug nut, or I had special lug nuts on that GTI just because they were, the wheels were expensive, the tires were expensive, it goes on. So I was like, fuck, what are we gonna do? We got an order, we're getting all stressed out because we got this guy's food, we're door dashing, and like for me, I'm always like on it when I'm door dashing. I want to be fast, I want to be the best, so I was getting really like frustrated and shit. And so I was like, fuck it, I'll just have to pay for it. So we look up tire shops, and there's one about a mile away, and we drive there, and we're like, all right, at least they can help us out. We pull in, and we're like, hey, my tire came off the bead, I was just wondering if you could help me. And they're like, sorry dude, we're closing, like we're getting ready to close, we close in 10 minutes, we can't do anything. And something in me was just like, you know what, can I borrow a jack and an air hose? Because like, I gotta try something. And then going through my mind, I was like, I could take a ratchet strap, or if we need to, I could have my buddy run to like the pharmacy or whatever, grab some hairspray or something. I'm like, I gotta figure it out. Keep in mind, these are 14-inch tires that are stretched onto 16-inch wheels. So that's about 2 inches. And they're race tires, so they're super solid and sticky, and it just shouldn't have worked. But what ended up happening was I just jacked it up, put the air hose on it, and just filled it, and it was obviously off the bead. And after a little bit, it just started to seal, and I could hear it, and I felt all this excitement within me, and it just started building and building, and then boom, tire was on. And that moment just of like going through all of that and just like realizing that if you have the will to stick through it and like to push and to make yourself go through hard things, and like even when you're not making yourself go through them, when they arise, to just know that you have the power inside of you to tackle anything, to do anything that you want. Because once you set your mind to it, the universe is going to start providing you with things to prove that that is right. Now, yes, there are going to be hard things, but those are they're just tests to see if you truly want what you're going after. Do you truly want to be what you want to be, or is this just a concept that you've built in your mind? Are you willing to push yourself and to actually go through the stress that it takes to go through what you want to go through? Are you willing to go through the stress of growing? Because growing is not easy. But once you realize that you are growing and that everything makes you grow, then it becomes a lot easier when you realize how supported you truly are in doing what you feel is right for yourself. I hope this brings you inspiration, and if you resonate with this, I would love if you just give me a good old thumbs up. Gotta figure out what my slogan is for that. but it's coming. I don't know yet, but yeah.